Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Moving Abroad Lesson 101 with your one and only Miss Mukoya. I'm bearing good news, guys. I moved. I moved out of my old apartment and I am currently in a new space, still sharing it with someone, but it was time for me to move. I had outgrown this space a little bit and also my tenancy had ended, but it was really time for me to move, literally. When I shared that I had moved, and it's also a beautiful space that I did get over here, I got a couple of questions asking how I get houses or like a place to stay here in Ireland. Bearing in mind that, yep, accommodation is still pretty much a problem. First of all, God has still been so faithful to me. I give it all to Him. It hasn't been me one second. Like, I think throughout my journey, it has been God, and God again. Anyway, I'll go right to the point because I don't want this video to be too long. Guys, how I found the house, first of all, it's easier for me to explain how I found the house. I knew my tenancy was going to be ending on the 16th of June. So before the 16th of June, I had it in mind, like I knew like in May that I needed to find a house before May started. Not end of May, before May started. Because I was supposed to travel. Well, I traveled to London in the beginning of June. So I knew before May came to even like the middle, I really needed to find a house. So I started the process as usual, used Daft. Daft is the main like website for finding houses or accommodation here in Ireland. So that was like my first priority. I used Daft. I kind of like went on there, did my research, looked for houses. You're sending out about how many applications per day? You're sending out about 10 applications per day. Literally some days I didn't get any response. So I'm here to encourage you, if you're sending out applications on Daft and no one is getting back, you're not alone, sister. You're not alone, brother. That's the thing about Daft. So that happened. I got like 2 viewings on Daft. I went for just 1 viewing. I liked this space, but the room was super tiny. I couldn't take that house. Like this, no. The space was super tiny, so I decided that's not for me. The second viewing, I unfortunately got late for the viewing, and the lady was not very happy about it, so I didn't even go for the viewing altogether. And then that was marking the end of May. So you can imagine if I had started looking before even May started and it's coming to the end of May and I haven't found something, I was getting very desperate to get a house. So what I did, because I had told my friends, like literally the thing that I say with being abroad is, guys, you need to talk to people. Tell everyone your problems, because people hold solutions to your problems. When you're silent about things, no one knows, no one cares, no one helps. But the moment you just open up your mouth and you tell people what you're going through, then problem solved, very easy. So I had told my friends, I had told people that I know, my classmates, I had told them that I'm looking for a house. And where I'd like the house, primarily I wanted the house close to the airport because I knew that my internship was coming to an end and I needed like a part-time job before I could get like a permanent job. And just before I went to London, a friend of mine texted me and they were like, hi, so I've got a friend of mine who's looking for someone to like rent out their room to, like one of the rooms, because it's a 2-bedroom house and they live here and here and here, and if I'd be interested. I was like, yeah, I'd be very interested. And I was like, yeah, please send me the images and everything. At that point, I really didn't I didn't even have like the option of saying where's the location and everything like that. That's like, I just needed a house. I needed somewhere else to move. Also, we were having real problems with my roommates at a particular point, so I really wanted to move. Anyway, he sent the pictures. I talked to the girl that was sharing her apartment, and then I came for the viewing and I loved the space, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And I paid the same day. Literally, I got to my house and I sent her the rent money, and that's how I secured my house. Well, I'm gonna say a few things didn't go as planned. First of all, the house is not very close to the airport, but it was close to my internship, so I did compromise on that one. That's just how I found this house. So number one, like I said, guys, compromise. In this country, you're going to compromise. Like, you know, your budget is at 700. You know, you want to live close to the airport. You know, you want an apartment. You don't want a house. You don't want to share with more than 4 people. That was my biggest one. I didn't want to share a house with. I went for 2 viewings. The first house had 4 people, and that'd be the 5th one. I was like, nah, I wouldn't be able to do that. 5 people, if one person was becoming a problem, 5 people wouldn't. Nah, that was the one thing that I wasn't going to, like, that was the one thing that I wasn't going to compromise. 3 people, fine, but 4, 5 people, no. No, because you find a place where you're living 4, 5 people and you're paying the same exact rent if you're living with just one more person. If you look and if you start, that's the thing, you cannot stop searching. This is why if you're looking for a house in December, start searching in September. Talk to people in September, because people move throughout the month. Start talking to your friends, start telling people, even post about it, because people do listen. People have eyes and people have ears, so they know people. You never know who's gonna help you. Anyway, you're gonna compromise on a few things. It might not be a lot of things, but pick the things that you'd be willing to compromise on. It might be the rent. If your budget is 700, say maybe I'm willing to go to 800 if it goes very far. You might compromise on a shared bathroom. Maybe you're saying I just want my own bathroom, but you get a house where you're sharing a bathroom with just one other person instead of like 4 people. You might compromise on that one. Location is also like a very important thing, but if you can find direct transport to where you're working or where you go to school, then I feel like that's also something you might compromise if it's not very hard, because there's some houses that have very good connection to like the buses. And like I said, one of the best things, well, I'm biting my words right now, but one of the good things about Ireland is like they have some 24-hour buses, and they have a few good bus connections. Right now, I am not even saying that with confidence. That changed. Oh my God. I'm not proud, but it's okay. Yeah, so the first thing is compromise your budget, your location. It could be either one of those things that could change along the way. Number 2, oh my God, guys, speak. I will never stop saying this to anyone who's moving abroad. Someone else holds the solutions to your problems. The moment you speak up, you never know. The next person who's sitting next to you will be like, oh yeah, I know someone who's like, I'm looking for a job. I will, yeah, I know someone who can give you a job. Always talk. Tell people your problems. I know it's not a common thing back home because, oh, don't tell people your problems. Here, you're in a foreign land, literally no one cares. Tell people I'm looking for a house, I need a stylist, I need what, I need this, I need. People hold information and they hold so much power. Share with them and see things moving in a way that you didn't even expect, because people like to help people in this kind, like people actually do enjoy helping other people. Myself, I had told my friends, so one of the guys that one of my friends, he was just like, yeah, I do have a friend who's actually like renting, and it wasn't even his direct friend, it's a friend of a friend. So the friend told him that he has a friend who's looking for a roommate. You see, even like the girl that I'm renting from also told his friend that she's actually renting out their house and they're looking for someone. So it's just a chain. And let me tell you, when you're moving in referral kind of way, it's easier than when you're moving to a whole new like space. I want to say that right now with a pinch of salt, because sometimes it's different, the dynamics can be different, but yeah, referrals work. Even at work, there's a thing in part-time where you refer a friend, refer someone that you know, and they get the job. So yeah, work with referrals. It's gonna go a long way as compared to just like working on your own. Something else that's really important for you guys to take note of is the time that you give yourself to find accommodation. Guys, accommodation in Ireland is not easy. Finding accommodation, finding a house, being able to settle, finding a place that you can call home. Finding accommodation in Ireland is actually not a cheap spot. It's very expensive, it's very time consuming. You can even get depressed to a point where you're just like, because you just know you have the money, you have the resources, you have everything, but the house is not there. So start as early as possible to look for a house. If you know you're due for a move out in December, start as early as September, because imagine it's November, you're supposed to move in December, you're not getting any feedback in the first 2 weeks, and that's what makes people settle for anything that they get, because they didn't have enough time to kind of like find accommodation that they want to live in, a nice place that they want to live in. So start as early as possible, man. It's gonna save you so much time, energy, effort, thoughts. And pray to God, because even you might start as early as 1 year, but then you're just getting like bare minimum. So pray to God and ask God to give you direction, because in the whole process you do actually need some guidance. Finally, it's not even finally, the second to finally, I'd say, is trust your gut. Guys, one thing that I've learned is that your gut is never wrong. When your gut tells you that this is a nice house, you can go for it, and then you meet the person who's like showing you the house, or you go for a viewing and then you just don't like the people there, trust your gut. Don't be like, oh, maybe it's just the first time, maybe we're gonna be... If people don't give you a good first impression, it's very hard for them to like give you another impression afterwards. Oh my God, guys, and I just remembered, don't forget to ask the person who is showing you the viewing or who's like renting it out to you, ask them. Just be honest and ask them, why did the other person move out? Why did the other person move out? Or if it's them who's moving out, ask them, why are you moving out of this apartment or this accommodation? People lie, I know, it's like a common thing. You can tell that someone is actually lying to you and take note of that, or you can tell when someone is being honest. Some people are very honest about it. I met 2 girls and they told me why they were moving, and I clocked it. I clocked it immediately. I was like, why are you lying to me? What? Because honestly, they said something. They said they were moving, the 2 girls were relocating from the same house, and I asked them why, and they said, oh, they're doing I don't know what they said, something to do with a tour. They were tired of Ireland, they want to move out of Ireland. And then now what made me realize that it's actually a lie, it's because I asked them, so where do they work? And they were like, oh yeah, I'm a full-time employee at a school, and the other girl was working part-time somewhere else. And they didn't mention anything to do with, oh yeah, so I just quit my job. And one of them had just come back from holiday. Literally, she told me when I got there, she was like, oh yeah, because the sister was in, she was like, yeah, this is my sister, we just came back from holiday. Sass. Anyway, maybe it's me and my trust, but yeah, you'll clock it. When someone is lying, you'll clock it, because even the way they say it, they're very quick to respond, like it's something that they have in their head, like they're not like, I don't know, but you'll just clock it. Yeah, so in case something like that happens, just trust your gut, move on to the next thing. You're gonna find another much better accommodation. And then lastly, oh my God, do not be deceived. Please do not fall for a scam. Because you will fall for a scam, and you will fall for a scam. This country has so many scammers. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on, I don't know, every Telegram. They're gonna lie to you that they have accommodation. They'll send you pictures, you'll go for a viewing, and then, my friend, there's no house. I'm not even joking. Let me tell you a story that I was told by another, like there was a guy who was telling me like what happened to him. So they went for the viewing, the house was amazing, they paid. And then the guy disappears, but they already know where the house is. And they go there and the security is like, no, this is an Airbnb. Bro! Like they got shown an Airbnb. So please be vigilant. Be very vigilant. Like just assess the person that you're talking to. Tell them to show you papers if he gets to that point, because you can tell when someone is being a little suspicious. I'm not trying to like kind of like stereotype people, but honestly, just be very vigilant and don't fall for scams, because it happens very often, and you're gonna be all right. Main thing, compromise. You might have to compromise a few things, but you're gonna be okay. Anyway, if you're looking for accommodation in this period, or you are looking for a place to stay, I do hope that you get one as soon as possible. If not, you can check out Daft, you can check out Hosting Power, and I hope they become a solution to your problem. And if you're facing a rough time with your roommate or your flatmate, I'm so sorry, and I pray that God gives you grace during this period, and your next one is gonna be much better. Okay, it was so nice to talk to you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.